David, 3 points and a clean sheet. That must be a really positive way to end the run of games in 2021.
Listen, of course it's very pleasing that we wanted to make sure we came today and we focused, we put on a good performance and what was a very difficult pitch to play on today. I think pitches are getting that way just now. Obviously the way it was, we weren't quite sure how the game might have panned out. We thought it might be a bit more difficult to play. I think the lads actually handled that really, really well. Half time, probably the only frustration would be for all the possession that we had and decent bits of play that we had. We didn't really work their goalkeeper as much as what we would like to have done. So that was probably the challenge at half time. There's fans came today and a decent number turned out to come and watch the players. So it was important we put on a bit of a show and entertained them in the second half and created more goal scoring opportunities and actually got an end. And I think obviously the second half has shown that they did that really well and were really ruthless the second half.
Touch upon the pitch there. It is very challenging conditions, especially at this time of year, and it was touch and go in the first half, but they seemed to really find their rhythm in the second half. Do you feel like they sort of overcame the challenges of the pitch to gain the more goals in that half?
Well, I think from pretty much up until the 18-yard line the first half, I thought they handled it well anyway. The bit that we were just falling just a little bit short was the last thing we did in terms of getting the shot away or the last cross to create the chance. So that was the bit in the first half, but to see the second half, I think that challenge that we presented with them at half time, look, we need to believe in ourselves more in that attacking third. We need to get more bodies in the box. We tweaked the midfield a little bit to give more attacking threat higher up so that we had more bodies in the box from crossing positions. And obviously it allowed us to combine a little bit more so that we got into those situations where there was somebody at the end of that final pass. So that did prove to be the case, and some really excellent goals in there as well. So it wasn't as if it was something that there was scrappy goals in there, was well worked goals in there, good combination play and some good finishes at the end. So really pleased for that. I think particularly Kane Richie Hostler was one we spoke to at half time, who is effectively playing a slightly different position from what he's accustomed to. He's doing it really well as a right back just now, but we challenged him at half time to believe in himself and actually trust what attacking threat he can have even from the full back position, and obviously goes and scores and gets involved in some creating chances there as well. So really pleased with a lot of them, but obviously Kane doing that as well was pleasing for him.
Some of the younger boys made an appearance in the second half as well. That must be really pleasing for them, ending 2021 making an appearance for the B team.
Yeah, listen, absolutely. With the way the squad had developed for the last couple of days, this was it was a good opportunity to get. Tyler is a 2005 player there in there. You've got Leithen Lopes of 2004. Strachan comes back into the group again, who's been involved for pretty much most of the season at different points anyway. I think it worked out 5 18s and 1 under 17 at the end of the game. Really pleasing for them. Only disappointment is I've not managed to get Darren McCallum on, who's went through obviously a tough spell with his injury over the last year, and he's now back in and performing well for the 18s, and a little bit disappointed that we've not managed to get him on, but we're really pleased to see him part of that group there as well. So listen, any opportunity you get, it's important that the guys take them, and obviously as I say, we've managed to make sure they get them on today and have a chance to go and perform and be part of a winning performance, and as you sign off this part of the season, got it really well.
And what are the key messages heading into the games in 2022, and how important is it to keep this momentum going?
We were looking at the fixture list yesterday. Myself and Brian and Graham were looking at what we've got in January. At the moment, January looks probably the quietest month out of all of them. I think 3 games we've got confirmed is in there. But as you get towards February and then March, although March at the moment sits quite bare, but we've obviously got games to fill in there in terms of the 2 Old Firm games we've still got to put in. Hopefully we'll get them penciled in soon. We've got the EFA Youth League to look forward to, and the early part of February, hopefully that we can progress in that one as well. Glasgow Cup still, there's a lot of fixtures, exciting, challenging fixtures that we've still got to play. The position we've got ourselves into the Lowland League, we are still pushing to try and make sure we're competitive towards the end of the season. That's what we want to be, but it's important we keep make sure we try and put in good performances, but when it's difficult and the pitches get like this, we try and find a way to make sure we understand how to manage these games and come out with the win at the end of it as well, which is great that we've managed that today, and that's something we look forward to for the second half of the season.